At the start of the round, the atmosphere is electric. The crowd is roaring, the fighters are locked in, and every movement feels like the prelude to something unforgettable. Then it happens, he just gets caught. Oh, there's the uppercut. Stop the fight. The referee steps in, and it's over. And now, with the dust still settling, the boxing world turns its eyes to the next colossal collision. Naoya Inoue, the undisputed super bantamweight champion and one of the sport's most feared pound-for-pound talents, is scheduled to meet a fighter some fans believe could be his kryptonite. That man is Murodjon Akhmadaliev, a relentless warrior from Uzbekistan, a ferocious Olympian with devastating punching power, and the kind of hunger that keeps opponents awake at night. Inoue has already dismantled a string of high-level opponents and carved his name into history as the youngest unified ruler in the sport. But Akhmadaliev, with his 80% knockout ratio and ferocity in the ring, stands as perhaps the most dangerous obstacle yet. He's the man some fans believe can hand Inoue his first professional loss. Could this demolition machine finish what Ramon Contreras could not and send the Japanese superstar to the shadow realm? That's the question hanging in the air, and tonight we dive deep into the career of Akhmadaliev, looking at his most action-packed victories, the savage precision of his style, and why he just might be the one to shatter Inoue's dominance. Are you ready? Let's go, champ. Since childhood, Akhmadaliev had been built for destruction. Born and raised in Uzbekistan, he was molded into a fighting machine with one purpose: to carve out an unblemished career that would stand among the greatest in boxing history. In the amateur ranks, he was a force of nature, his hooks crushing skulls and his body shots folding opponents in agony. He earned a bronze medal at the 2016 Rio Olympics and a silver at the 2015 World Championships, a testament to his skill and consistency on the international stage. But when he turned professional, the real fireworks began. On March 10, 2018, a 23-year-old Akhmadaliev made his professional debut. The world was about to learn a new name. From the opening bell, he pressed forward, his hooks pulverizing his opponent, forcing him into a defensive shell. Every step was tracked, every attempt at escape cut off. The Uzbek fighter stalked him relentlessly. But even with the pressure, there was a momentary scare. MJ was dropped within minutes, a brief flicker of vulnerability in an otherwise dominant performance. If anything, it seemed to fuel him. He roared back with a barrage of combinations to the body, the left hook digging deep and crumbling his opponent to the canvas. That left hook was already establishing itself as his signature weapon, a shot so precise and powerful it felt like it could turn a fight in an instant. He took no damage that night, a perfect pro debut. Trained by the renowned Joel Diaz, Akhmadaliev quickly became known for his ability to create angles for his knockout punches, much like Vasyl Lomachenko. But while Lomachenko dazzled with footwork and fluidity, MJ coupled his movement with concussive force. His defense was as sharp as his offense, making him a nightmare to hit cleanly. In just his second fight, against Carlos Suarez, MJ showed the full spectrum of his viciousness. From the start, he cornered Suarez, unleashing long bombs that sent the message loud and clear: he wasn't here to coast. Every punch landed with bad intentions, the left hook again his weapon of choice. The first knockdown came with a thunderous shot, and though Suarez tried to rally, MJ's adherence to the hit-and-don't-get-hit philosophy meant he was landing heavy leather without taking anything in return. His punches cracked through the air like gunshots, his bodywork reducing Suarez's ribs to rubble. By the fifth round, Suarez was being tossed around like a rag doll, trapped in the corner, absorbing lefts and rights until the referee mercifully stepped in. Only 3 fights into his career, MJ was already competing for a title. Against Ramon Contreras, he showcased his penchant for body destruction, targeting the liver with pinpoint hooks. It was a recipe passed down from his mother's kitchen, except this version was served in a boxing ring with maximum violence. The fight didn't last long. Contreras couldn't handle the sustained assault, and his first title defense, MJ displayed a mix of ruthless offense and tactical discipline, punishing his opponent to both head and body until the man simply couldn't withstand the barrage. Then came September 13, 2019, at the iconic Madison Square Garden. That night, Akhmadaliev delivered one of the most impressive performances of his young career, knocking out the iron-chinned Wilner Soto. From the opening seconds, MJ looked untouchable, slipping punches, countering with precision, and always a step ahead. His footwork made him look like he was operating in a different dimension. He picked his moments carefully, waiting for openings before unleashing brutal combinations. By the second round, the tide was turning heavily in his favor. In the fourth, a single big left hand to the body turned Soto's insides to jelly. Soto fought back, but MJ was in full control. He countered beautifully, landing upstairs and downstairs with equal ease. His defense was tight, his head movement frustrating every attempt Soto made to mount offense. Then came the kill shot, a ferocious left hook to the body followed by head shots that forced the referee to save Soto from further punishment. Mere 3 months later, in only his 8th pro fight, MJ challenged for the WBA and IBF Super Bantamweight titles against Daniel Roman. It was a war. Roman was experienced, durable, and skilled, but Akhmadaliev matched him blow for blow. The fight was razor close, but MJ edged it by split decision, becoming the fastest fighter in boxing history to unify 2 world titles. The win cemented him as a top force in the division, and in April 2021, back home in Uzbekistan, Akhmadaliev faced Japanese veteran Ryosuke Iwasa. The crowd was eager for fireworks, and MJ delivered. From the start, he was on the attack, throwing sharp combinations and refusing to give Iwasa breathing room. The Japanese fighter had his moments, landing clean shots and showing why he was considered a tough opponent, but MJ's pressure and variety were overwhelming. He attacked behind his jab, set up his power shots beautifully, and in the 5th round, unleashed a combination that shook Iwasa to his core. A stream of 1-2s drained the veteran's energy, and the referee had no choice but to step in. Not every night was perfect. Against Marlon Tapales, MJ suffered the first loss of his career in a close split decision, losing his unified titles. It was a setback, but one that didn't break him. If anything, it sharpened his focus. Soon after, he faced Kevin Gonzalez in a title eliminator, and at first, things looked dangerous for MJ. Gonzalez came out aggressive, landing upstairs and threatening with every shot. MJ took some damage early, but then he woke up. His smile returned, and with it came the punishment. He began slipping shots and answering with vicious uppercuts, body hooks, and combinations that took the fight out of Gonzalez. The turning point came when a big shot visibly hurt Gonzalez. From there, MJ poured on the pressure, landing almost at will. The uppercuts ripped through his guard, and the body shots sapped his energy. Gonzalez went from dangerous challenger to stationary target. By the 8th round, the crowd's cheers had turned into concerned murmurs. MJ was annihilating him, and when the final uppercut landed, the referee had seen enough, and his most recent outing, MJ's hunger to reclaim a title was on full display. Against Ricardo Espinosa, a seasoned fighter with 30 wins, MJ once again showcased why he's considered one of the most dangerous men in the division. From the first round, he went to the body, his signature kryptonite weapon breaking down Espinosa's resistance. Espinosa tried to fight back, charging forward, but MJ's counters were merciless. He set traps, slipped punches, and landed brutal return shots. By the 3rd round, MJ was finding his range perfectly. A massive left hook sent Espinosa reeling. The combinations came in lightning bursts, left, right, each punch thudding with purpose. Espinosa hit the canvas but bravely rose, only to be dropped again. And when MJ saw the opportunity to finish, He did so with precision, landing the kind of final shot that leaves no doubt. The interim WBA Super Bantamweight title was his. Now, the stage is set. On September 14th, in Tokyo, Japan, Murodjon Akhmadaliev will stand across the ring from Naoya Inoue, the undisputed champion and one of boxing's most feared knockout artists. It's a fight that pits two different brands of violence against each other. Inoue's surgical power punching and ruthless finishing ability against MJ's relentless pressure, body-breaking hooks, and iron discipline. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the boxing world will be watching. Inoue has never been beaten. He's walked through every opponent with frightening ease, dismantling champions and contenders alike. His timing, accuracy, and power make him lethal in any round. But Akhmadaliev is unlike many of those he's faced. He's battle-tested, he's faced adversity, and he's shown the ability to adjust mid-fight. His combination of footwork, defense, and ferocity might be the exact mix needed to trouble the monster. When the first bell rings, the questions will start to be answered. Can MJ withstand Inoue's early power? Can he impose his relentless style and force the Japanese champion into uncomfortable territory? Or will Inoue's precision and explosiveness prove too much? Fans on both sides are confident, but one thing is certain: this is not going to be a slow-paced chess match. It's going to be high-level violence from two men at the peak of their powers. Every great era in boxing is defined by its rivalries. Two warriors whose paths cross at the exact moment when the stakes are highest. This could be one of those moments. For Murodjon Akhmadaliev, it's a chance to reclaim his place atop the division, to avenge his lone career loss, and to etch his name into the history books by toppling one of the most celebrated champions of the modern era. For Naoya Inoue, it's another opportunity to prove that no one in the super bantamweight division can survive his onslaught. The anticipation is building, the analysts are debating, and the fans are split. But when the lights go down in Tokyo and the crowd begins to chant, all the talk will fade. What will remain are two men, for fists, and the knowledge that only one will leave the ring with the belts. Will it be the monster, extending his reign of terror, or will it be the Uzbek destroyer, fulfilling the prophecy his country has long believed in? Whatever happens, the boxing world is in for something special.